All right, so we've done a lot of stuff. We've talked about a lot of things. I hope that you are still with me. I hope you're one of those people that, even though this was free, that you followed all the way through. We've tried to keep the modules short so that we can keep your attention. And we're only giving you the real stuff here, no fluff. But you may have gotten all the way to this point and be sitting there going, I just still think this guy's full of shit. I don't think this works. I'm skeptical, and that's okay. So what we are going to do here is I'm going to take a minute and we're going to go through some actual case studies. I want to show you some properties that we have done within the last, I think, month or two. Within the last month. So let's go through some of these properties one at a time so we can talk about them. So these are properties that my company has wholesaled. I'm going to show you the date that we bought it. I'm going to show you the date that we assigned it. And I'm going to show you the prices and how long it took and how much we made. So let's look at this. First one, Panama City, Florida. 1115 Lisenby Avenue. Hope I'm saying that right. So our team contracted this property off of somebody who called in. All of these deals would have come from pay-per-click, meaning somebody went online, searched for, I want to sell my house quick, and they saw our website, they clicked on it, they filled in our information, somebody on our team called them back. Can you do that? Yes, 100%. If you lived in Panama City, you could have put out a bandit sign, somebody would have called your phone, and you're going to have the exact same conversation. Do not be intimidated when I say my team. Again, we are just a scaled out company, but you can definitely do all of these deals. So this contract, we did it on May 26th, is when it was signed for $118,000. We assigned that contract 29 days later to a cash buyer for $160,000. Profit, $42,000. Took us 29 days to do. Again, nothing complicated about what we did there. 4900 Isabella Drive, Tallahassee. Contracted on April 27th, 2022 for $55,000. Sold it on June 2nd, $75,300. Profit, $20,300. Not a huge deal, but we'll take it, right? $20,000. With $20,000 change your month? Yeah, $5,000 would, right? When we were getting started. I remember when I started in this business, all I wanted to do in my first deal, I didn't care if it was $3,000. I just wanted to get that first deal done. So 37 days to get this one assigned. And I think, on this one, sometimes they take a little bit longer because this one had some tenants in and we were waiting for them to exit the property, move out so that we could show it to our end buyer. All right, 206 South Flora Drive. This one, from the time we sent it to our buyer, we actually sold it the very first day. What happened was we contracted it on April 1st, and it took till May 18th that one of the tenants had COVID, and then they were on vacation, so we couldn't get in there and take pictures of each side. In fact, I think we only ever got pictures of one side. We sent this out to some cash buyers that we had on our list of people that we knew were looking for properties, and instantly, full price, we assigned it for $49,000. Probably one of the best deals that we've done this year, certainly one of the top, probably three, as far as ease and high assignment number. So very, very simple. And LaFayette, Georgia, that's about 25 miles from Chattanooga. So a little bit of a small town, but again, we negotiated it down low enough. This particular one, I think we gave the seller exactly what he was looking for. He was just an old, tired landlord. He was looking to move to Florida and was selling off his last property for $110,000. 1609 Haskin Avenue, Louisville, Kentucky. So you can see we're doing deals all over the country. May 4th, we contracted it for $60,000. Literally, by the time it took us to get pictures, this was another one. I think we sent it out on the 20th, sold in the first couple of hours, right? $85,000. We sold it to a cash buyer. This one had tenants in place that were paying about $1,000, and we assigned it, made a $25,000 profit. 15 days to assign is, again, that's from the time we contracted it to the time that we assigned that contract. So sometimes there's a delay in how long it takes us to go in and take some pictures. And when I say pictures, what I'm saying is we go into the property, we take some pictures, and we send those pictures in an email to buyers that we've talked to and say, hey, I've got this deal, we're selling it at $85,000, would you be interested? Right. So this one did sell incredibly quick. Here's another one. So 4622 Gertrude Street, right? I don't want you to think they're all $40,000 deals, right? They are not. One thing about wholesaling is you're going to have some big deals, you're going to have some little deals. What is important, though, is every day you're getting up to the plate and you're taking swings. Every day you're talking to sellers. Every day you're telling people what you do. Every day you're going out there and putting out some kind of marketing, right? It's a bandit sign, you're sending a letter, sending a postcard, whatever it is, we're out there, we're taking action. We're moving the ball forward, right? So May 20th, 2022, contracted at 130, sold it 12 days later for 138,000. I think we were asking maybe like 142. Buyer came in, he's like, I'll pay all cash, I can close in a couple days, and I'll give you 138. And we're like, fine, fantastic. We took it, moved it off the board, because one thing about our company, again, we're a very high-speed company, so we've got our side of the company that's selling our deals, but our other side, our acquisitions, every day they're getting new contracts. So sometimes we sell some for a little bit less just to move it out, because I got to make room for all the new contracts that are coming into us. Here's another one, Ivy Street in Riverside, California. Again, this works in every market across the country. May 23rd, contracted it for $550,000, sold it 16 days later for $575,000, an easy $25,000. And what you'll notice about this one as you look at it is it's a modular home. It's not even, a site-built property. So and when I say modular home, what that means is it was built in a factory in pieces and brought out on site and assembled on site. So that's why it kind of looks a little bit like a mobile home, and it looks just a little bit funny. Had it been a house that was built on site, it probably would have been worth $800,000 or $900,000. So the investor who bought this is going to keep it as a long-term rental. He could not buy anything in Riverside, California for $575,000. So man, this went really, really fast. It was a great deal. We made an easy $25,000 on it. So again, this works every place. If you go to Google and look up the population of Moulton, Alabama, you're going to see it's a really small town. This particular deal, the seller, I think, had been transferred, kind of left the house a mess. This one took us a little bit to sell because it was a more rural area. Contracted it in March for $85,000, sold it in the end of April 26th for $99,000. $14,000 wasn't our best deal. But again, I want to show you the good, the bad, the ugly, right? We want to show you everything. So this was a deal where we made $14,000, sold it to some investors that buy rental properties all over the Southeast. We've sold multiple properties to them, Dwight and his partner. And, great deal for us, good deal for them. This is a really big house for $99,000 that they'll probably rent for $1,500, $1,600 a month once they get it all cleaned up. So, again, just to show you they're not all big deals. Here's another one, 610 16th Street Place in Southwest in Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham, big city, but old city, lots of older homes like this one. May 24th, contracted for $53,000, sold it, 14 days later for $59,500. This one we actually sold to a hedge fund. Local hedge fund that's down in Birmingham. They're buying 4 or 5 properties a week. We sent this one to them, and they said, absolutely, we'll buy it. I think we were trying to sell it at $65,000, and they said, hey, best I can do is $59,500 on this one. My friend Austin down there, because we sold him a bunch of properties, and I said, that's great. Let me send you the contract. Let's just knock this one out. We'll take the easy base hit, $6,500, and off we go on to the next property, right? So again, they're not all 50,000 deals. We're never going to claim that every deal is $100,000, right? But they all add up, right? This is how you do $200,000, $300,000 a month, is just by doing a lot of these deals and stacking that cash, $6,000, $7,000, $50,000, $20,000, $14,000, right? So, all right, Chattanooga, Tennessee, we're actually here. We don't, believe it or not, do a lot of deals in Chattanooga anymore, but this is one a couple blocks from our office. Back in January, we contracted this one for $118,000, sold it 2 days later, it's so close, it was vacant, it was easy for us to run over there. You know, we contracted it on the 17th, probably on the 18th we went over, took pictures, I emailed it out to our local cash buyers here. Next day, somebody brought us the cashier's check, contracted it at $140,500. I think we actually sent it out at $140, and somebody said, I'll give you $500 extra to sell it to me right now. So actually it's $22,500 is what we made on this one. I made a mistake on the numbers, but simple, easy deal. These are the types of deals you can do in your own city all day long. This was a nice one. From looking out the front door, the elementary school or high school in Eastridge was actually right across the street. So very desirable to a rehabber to fix it up and resell it, because when they're selling it, remember, it's important to always think about your buyer and what they're going to do with it. Great property because a family will want to live there because it's so close to the school. So let's talk about this. You can 100%, absolutely, without question, I hope that you understand this now, start in real estate with nothing down, no money out of pocket, and get rich. You could have wholesaled all of these properties, and I don't even know what all those added up to. I didn't add them up, but we do that every week of every month all year long. Over $1 million a year we generate in revenue from wholesale deals, right? That's just wholesale deals. Then we've got our 70 rental properties that generate $30,000 a month, and then we're rehabbing, and then we've got all of our other businesses. But all of that started, remember, that first night in Chattanooga, literally we came here with $5,000. Probably it was less by the time we paid the little bit of closing costs and for the U-Haul and all of that stuff. Less than $5,000 out of pocket. You can do this, I promise you. That's, you know, I wanted to do this course, and you know, there's no charge for it because I want you to understand that this is something you can do. If you have doubts, you know, either now or once you get started, you're going to have doubts, right? Your brain, it's just the way our brains work, right? It's a defense mechanism. They're trying to keep us from getting hurt. You know, you're going to get scared, right? You're going to be nervous, but understand this. People are doing this business every single day. So get around people that are doing it, right? Get around, you know, people who are wholesaling, people who are rehabbing. And the easiest way to do that is, you know, go to meetup.com and search real estate. In your town, somebody's having a real estate meetup, either a Dunkin' Donuts and it's 5 or 6 people getting together, or, you know, there's an organized RIA, Real Estate Investment Association, that meets, or, you know, some type of mastermind or something, right? And if there isn't one in your town, go on meetup.com and create one. I promise you, start meeting, you know, every Wednesday morning or every, you know, Thursday evening someplace. People will show up because there are people interested in real estate. And it doesn't matter if you're the most knowledgeable person. Say, hey, I'm new to this, but I want to create a tribe of people in my town that, you know, I want to be around people that are taking the same activity as me. So you can do this. Do not doubt yourself. This is, you know, you have this free course, which is laid out all the steps of how you would do this, but get around people that are doing the business, right? So, you know, have a solid plan that's already worked for somebody else and stick to the plan. So often I see on social media people like, I'm going to do my own thing and I'm going to do what works for me. Okay, but here's the thing. People have blazed this trail. People have figured out how to wholesale. You don't have to recreate the wheel. You don't. You want to customize it a little bit once you figure it out. Okay, great. All of us have different personalities, but don't try to, you know, say, I'm going to completely reinvent wholesaling, because you're going to go out there and chances are you're going to fail, right? Do what we know works, right? Put out a sign that says, we buy houses, and your phone number. The reason there are thousands of people using that slogan is because it works. Or I buy houses, or Bob buys houses, right? People understand that, they recognize it because they've seen it forever. You got to be upbeat. You got to have a little sense of urgency. You're going to have to be focused on this, right? When I say upbeat, you got to have some energy. If, you know, Mrs. Smith calls you and you're like, yeah, I'm looking to buy a house, I guess, right? They're not going to have any faith that you can do what you're saying, that you're telling them you can contract that property and get it closed for them. So you got to be upbeat. You got to have some energy. You got to have a little sense of urgency. You got to be pushing forward all the time. This has to be the thing that you're focused on. Anything, any endeavor that you go into at the very beginning, whether you're starting a real estate business or a muffin shop, right? We call it, it's a big lift, right? You're starting something new. It's going to be hard. It's like working out at the gym for the first time. going through that right now, so I understand, right? It's hard to do, and you've got to get up every day and go do it. But you're going to want to always strive to learn and get better, right? I know this is a free course. There's only so many things I can pack in here, but you know, be around other people who are doing this business, and you know, kind of feed off of that energy. So, last little thing here. If you're interested, you know, this was a free course. I packed as much stuff in here as I could, but you know, again, I want to make sure that you're successful. I do have some courses. Some of them are far more expensive, but I have created a super low cost introduction to wholesaling course. I'll put the link underneath here. It's ridiculously cheap. It's going to be less than $500. I may even offer a special for the first, you know, 10 or 15 people who want to grab it. But in it, I'm going to go into much more detail and how to do all of the different things. You know, I'll show you how to get online and do some comps, do driving for dollars, how to do each one of those steps to get your wholesaling business off the ground. And again, you know, I'm going to price it really low to help as many people as I can. I remember when I got into wholesaling, like starter courses were $5,000, $10,000, right? And there are definitely people out there. You search online for a wholesaling course, you can pay $5,000 or $6,000. I don't need to make a bunch of money off these courses. Basically, the money goes to pay for the guy doing the video here and promoting it and doing all that stuff. So we want to price it cheap so that as many people can get involved in real estate. And I really want you to be able to experience all the things that my family and I have experienced, the life that we've been able to lead because we got involved in real estate. We have the ability to travel and go someplace for a month, right? We've gotten to see some amazing parts of the world. We've been to China and Europe and South America, and you know, all of that is possible because we started wholesaling and we got up every day and we did the thing, right? There's a huge world out there. It's yours to discover and explore, but it does take money, right? And it does take time. So let's put in the time today, right? Let's work hard today so that in the future we can have all the things that we've ever wanted. And you know, in our case, we're able to have a great business that we can pass down to our kids and revenue that they're going to have from all these rental properties and other businesses. And yeah, none of it would be possible if we didn't get up that first day in Chattanooga and go out there and hustle and find a way to make it work. I didn't have a free resource like this, so I hope that you enjoy it and that you use it and put it to use. If you're interested in learning a little bit more, again, I got this great low-cost course out here, Intro to Wholesaling. That will take you the next couple of steps, and then, you know, from there, the sky's the limit. So hope that you've enjoyed this free course and you go out there and take some action.